Austin Booker didn't just play football last Sunday. He detonated it, ripping through the Dolphins' offensive line like it was still in walkthrough mode, stacking 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and a run defense so suffocating it sent shockwaves through Hollis Hall before the tape even finished uploading. For a 5th-round pick most fans barely penciled onto the depth chart, it was the kind of breakout that makes you rethink the entire rotation because you don't stumble into leading the NFL in sacks after week 1 of the preseason. You announce yourself. And here's the jolt. He's not even running with the starters yet. That's the part that makes Bears Nation lean forward. Because if this is Booker against backups, imagine him unleash opposite our top pass rushers when it matters. It's the first serious reminder that in Chicago, defense isn't just a tradition, it's a birthright. And every few years, someone steps out of the shadows to try on the mantle of the monsters of the Midway. But that's not the part that will split Bears Nation. Because just as Booker's name lit up the forums, a very different kind of rumor started swirling. One that could redefine how Caleb Williams sees the field. Behind closed doors, the whispers are about Breece Hall, a back with the kind of dual-threat skill set Ben Johnson could turn into a nightmare for defenses. Hall's 876 rushing yards, 483 receiving yards, and 10 total touchdowns last season weren't just numbers. They were proof he can tilt a game plan by himself. Plug that into play action, flank it with our receivers, and suddenly a December. Drive against the Packers doesn't feel like threading a needle. It feels like holding the hammer. Still, this is where it gets dangerous. Because if we wait until 2026 to make the move, another contender could lock him up, and we'd be left hoping for a swift rebound or a rookie miracle. And the biggest surprise hasn't even hit yet. In the middle of all that speculation, the front office pulled a move no one saw coming, signing Britton Brown, a back who's never carried the ball in an NFL game, while waiving a quarterback from an already thin room. 6'1", 205 pounds, patient vision, but no live-action carries. It's the kind of gamble that says either our medical updates on Johnson and Homer are better than anyone knows, or Ryan Poles is playing a long game we can't see yet. But that's not the wrinkle that will keep fans up at night. That honor belongs to Jody Walker, an undrafted rookie who took 3 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown in his debut, moving with the poise of a vet and the hunger of a man who's been told no too many times. Picture him in a mid-season shootout, shielding the ball from a defender on 3rd and 8, giving Caleb a lifeline when the blitz hits. That's the kind of chemistry you can't coach, and it's why forums are already penciling him into the 53. We've seen this movie before. A quiet August name becomes the September spark, and sometimes the playoff wild card. But here's where it tilts. If Walker keeps producing against the Bills and Chiefs, someone else, maybe a vet, who thought his spot was safe, is going to be on the outside looking in, and cuts like that leave scars in a locker room. So Bears Nation, with a pass rusher exploding out of nowhere, a possible star back on the radar, a mystery signing in the backfield, and a rookie wideout flashing under the lights, are we on the verge of building the NFC North's most unpredictable contender, or setting ourselves up for another winter of what could have been? Would you gamble on the chaos if it meant seeing this team swing for glory one more time? Bears Nation, if you've got that fire in your chest right now, don't you dare let it cool, because this is the kind of moment that decides whether we go down swinging or fade into another forgettable chapter. And I'm telling you, the next moves could hit harder than a December gust whipping off Lake Michigan, straight into the face of a frozen Soldier Field crowd. Word in the halls is that Ben Johnson's not just watching tape. He's quietly redrawing formations to force defenses into pick-your-poison scenarios. And that's where the stakes get brutal. Squeeze Booker into more reps and you risk disrupting veteran rotations. Hold him back and you might be benching the spark that tips an NFC North dogfight. But here's where the season could crack wide open. Whispers say Caleb Williams has been lobbying for more dual-threat looks out of the backfield. And that kind of QB influence this early could either forge an offense around his instincts or trigger pushback from coaches who want to control the tempo. Think back to '06, when the locker room pulse split over how to protect Rex Grossman. Same crossroads, same risk of a riff. Meanwhile, scouts from two division rivals were spotted in the stands during joint practices. And you can bet they're not here for the hot dogs. They're charting how our O-line shifts in motion and which gaps open on cutbacks. And the NFC North isn't sleeping. Green Bay's front seven is meaner than their record suggests. Minnesota's secondary is built for turnovers. And the Lions are already running no huddle in camp like it's January football. But here's the bigger twist. Ryan Poles is reportedly weighing an early season trade splash. And if it's for a skill player, that could shove a loyal vet out the door mid-campaign. Imagine the echo of that news in a tight locker room with the lakefront. Wind carrying the sting. Jody Walker's rise only stirs the pot more. A rookie carving out snaps in August is thrilling until it means a familiar face loses their helmet hook, and those moments can haunt chemistry all season. Picture it now. Week 12, primetime, Packers in town, 4th and 1 on the shadow of the lake. Do we hand it to a rookie hungry for legacy or a veteran who's been bruised in these colors for years? But here's where it tilts again. Britton Brown's lack of live NFL carries isn't just a stat. It's a wild card in a backfield that's supposed to steady a rookie QB. And if Swift takes one bad hit, we could be staring down a depth chart that keeps defensive coordinators licking their chops. This all circles back to what made the '85 team untouchable. Depth that scared opponents before they stepped on the field, and right now, we're one injury or one misread trade call away from losing that fear factor. You can see the storm building in the eyes of fans packing preseason bleachers, breath turning to steam in the late summer night, as they sense that every snap is writing the prologue to a season that could swing in any direction. And that's why this next window, before the roster locks, before rivals close their doors, is the real battlefield. So Bears fans, would you pull the trigger on a move that could vault us into contention, knowing it might shatter part of the brotherhood we've bled to build? Or would you hold the line and trust that what we've got is enough to own the North? Personally, I think the margin for error is razor thin, and the window for boldness is now. Wait too long, and the season might decide itself without giving us a say. If it were me, I'd lean in, take the shot, and make the rest of the NFC adjust to us for once.